Good morning. How my beautiful queens and handsome kings doing this morning? How you all doing? Welcome or welcome back to the start of a new video. How you all doing? It is currently 10:52. I want to say 10:52. Um, Happy Monday. Yeah, today is Monday. It's like these weeks going by so fast. It's like if when I say time ain't moving, when I say time is moving extremely fast, it's like because this is actually a slower work week for me. I think I was mentioning to you all in the other day, and the yesterday's vlog I uploaded. It was gonna be a slow week, and I told you all I'm not mad about it because this is actually the week that I need to kind of like relax and rest because like I said, it's been busy. But it's like time just speeding, like it's just going by extremely fast. I'm like, wow, like it almost made me want to research like why time is speeding. It seems like ever since after your childhood, or your, I would say after your teenage years, or maybe when you was, because really when you was a child, you really weren't even thinking about time. You just enjoying and enjoying the moment. But it's like when you become an adult, it's like some things that you seeing now that you never saw or you didn't see or realize back then how stuff really are or actually is. But yeah, it's like time just speeding. But it's actually a little colder. I need to try to give me some hot chocolate too. I think the next time I do my Instacart, I'm gonna try to get some hot chocolate, because some days if I don't want to do an iced coffee, I can do like a hot, like something warm, like a hot chocolate or tea. I got tea. Or sometimes I probably have been make me like a lemon tea or a tartar, as they say. But your hot chocolate be pretty good too when it's cold like this. It's raining outside, really gloomy, but overall it's just a great day, beautiful, beautiful day. I'm just sitting here. I was listening to well, it's not a podcast. I was watching Love Your Natural. She's on YouTube, and I enjoy watching her videos and her channel. She do a lot of motivation. Her channel basically on help uplifting women, and how women we can become our best selves. How I like watching. I think I was directed to her channel a couple years ago. I forgot how I found her, but you all know how YouTube will recommend you videos or people that you might never seen on a platform that probably have a channel, and you know how that works. They'll recommend you videos, and then if you decide to watch those videos, and if you like that person content, you might subscribe to them. And so I've been watching her ever since, and I just I was listening to something she was saying, and it really woke me up. Even with my life, because I'm learning every day that I can't, and I talk about this a lot with change. Like, I can change myself and do what I can for the better myself, but I can't change myself just to impress the next person, meaning that I can't change me for to make the next person happy. And it really woke me up because, sometimes you can want to see the good out of people and want people to be, loyal. And, in reality, the thing is, you can't make everybody wants to be in your life or wants to be around you or want to build a relationship, whatever relationship it is, if it's a friendship or a relationship with like a spouse, you all trying to get to know one another. And maybe see, you can't force stuff on people, because I feel like sometimes you might have to kind of cut people off and just distance yourself from people for a while to give folks space. I feel like we all need space at times, but yeah, she was saying some things and it woke me up, and I said I'm the person, when it come down to stuff, I'm always the person that I always like to hold things together or want to make stuff work, with people. If it's like I said, if it's a friendship or whatever type of bond or relationship you have with a person, I'm not always the person that I always like to hold it together. But then again, you know I don't get that same feedback, or that same commitment most of the times when I'm, back to these people that I want to, see. And I just said at this point in my life, if a person just choose to come and go, I'm just gonna let it be. Let them come and go. I mean, just let them go. Or if they feel like that I'm not, the person for them, or if they don't want to continue on, I just gotta let people be, because, you know, sometimes people energy, you really have to pay attention sometimes to the things people say to you, like when they hold a conversation, like small talk. Like I had a driver the other day, like even with Lyft drivers. Sometimes I don't know, when I get in car with when I'm catching lifts to work, I don't really be one to, in the time of morning, if I'm getting in your car, I'm greeting you, hello, how you doing, ma'am or sir. And if they ask how I'm doing, and tell them I'm doing great, or I ask them how their day was, because I mostly get that a lot. But overall, just opening up and just start getting personal with a person, I just don't be for it. Like a lady Lyft driver I had the other day, she kind of made me mad, or some, I ain't gonna say made me mad, but she the one who brought it up, about the kind of what do I do for a living. And I just feel like it's really none of nobody's business. If you living and you surviving out here, and you trying to do the best you can by working and surviving the best way you can, that's living, but you doing the best you can. Why is you worrying about what kind of work I do? And I'm like, then when you open up to people and start going on, but they the ones starting the conversation, but then you add on or go and tell them, they act like they don't want to hear it. And it's like, I just don't be for it. Like I said, I know small talk, in the times we live in, sometimes there's nothing wrong with talking to people and have like a little small talk, because that's what's wrong with the world now. Not everybody, want to communicate. And I think that's the problem now with most people. So many people is just getting lost. And then when you try to open up, communicate, they don't want to hear, or they turn you off. Some folks walking around like they just upset with everybody, mad with, everybody. And I think that's the problem, because we've been so programmed to train to keep everything bottled in or held within. So, like, when somebody do try to talk to us and they might not mean no harm, and I'm not saying the lady, even though I'm speaking this now, but I'm not saying the lady meant harm. It's just that day I was like, I don't mind talking to people, but I have learned my lesson in the past, because you do have to be careful when you ride in Lyfts and Ubers, because not all these, you just can't, you don't know what kind of, person these people are. You just getting in their car, you don't even really know them. You just, for a few 30 minutes or how many miles they taking you to get to your destination, and you getting out the car, bam, you don't really know them. But I was always saying nothing wrong with talking to people, but I just feel like when people start getting too personal, sometimes you have to kind of cut them out. But I did told her the type of work I did, but it's just the things is, when she was telling me about her work, because I was going on, I was telling her, it's just really sad. I'm like, it's sad, she tell me she do HR, and she do lists for extra money. And I was saying, it's just sad you have to work 2 and 3 jobs nowadays just to survive out here, when there's so many people who choosing not to come back to work, or either might have start their own business. And she really didn't say much, and I was like, it's just sad. And it's like when you start talking about work to some people and you telling them that is in reality is you shouldn't have to work 2 jobs. And it's like sometimes people it's like they're agreeing with this situation, like they like working 2 jobs, or it's the new reality. And it's just that kind of mindset will really turn a person off. And I think that's what's really been on my mind heavy lately, is that I'm just tired of being around people that mindset is just programmed small. Like, I'm trying to think big, which I'm continuing to think big regardless. And it's just sad when the society or what's going on have gotten some people so comfortable with just, not saying that you settling, but feeling like you can't do better in life, or feeling like that you have to do something. It's really sad. But it's like I'm just at the point now where I'm just trying to, distance myself from people when I feel like they're not following in like in the area where I'm trying to see myself going, and meaning that I want better in my life to come true. If I want, to do better, and which I'm going to continue to keep working towards doing better. But just dealing with people that kind of have like small minds and just thinking like ain't nothing gonna grow and that this is the new normal. I just don't want to be around people like that. And that's a lot lately I've been dealing with. So it's like at this point I just said I'm gonna just have to cut myself off, or just cut myself off from people. Love people from a distance. There's nothing wrong with me still communicating with people and talking to people, but just for my peace of mind and my sake of for my mental health, I gotta do what's best for me, because at the end of the day everybody else gonna do what's best for them, so I have to think that for myself as well. But yeah, it's I never seen nothing like it in my life. Like, it's just not the reality of how things should be. But I know we in this season, not forever, but it's like some people condoning like they don't see themselves out this season. I'm gonna say it like that, but it's just really sad. But my iced coffee, it's really not hitting no good. I don't know, because for one, I didn't have no ice. I got to get me some more ice. I need to get some ice trays. I set my coffee in the fridge for like a good 30 minutes because I ended up making me some potatoes and some potatoes and sausages this morning for breakfast, and I cut a little onion and bell pepper up. It didn't taste bad at all. I was on Pinterest this morning a little bit before I got up, and I saw the recipe and it looked really good. And I said I wanted to try it. But yeah, I think I need to, I've been looking on there because I do need to try to find like try to find recipes that I can take that, I don't know, I need to research. I probably need to research, but that was really good for breakfast. Sausage and potatoes, I cut one potato up and like I say, put some sausages and it would have been good if I would have I didn't want no egg, but you can scramble egg up in if you want to, or if you don't want to scramble egg, I have seen it where people do an egg over hard, where they, when you crack the egg in the skillet, that would have been good too. But I just, for some reason, I just didn't have a taste for no eggs this morning, so I just did the sausage potatoes. But it was really good, came out delicious. But I do need to try to figure out meals. Because I'm serious about trying to get more on this health journey. I do want to try to start finding like high fiber meals, or meals that I can include that's, I would say high fiber meals. More meals on the healthier option where it can either cut weight loss or, I got to do research. But I do come across a lot of YouTube videos on it as well, where there's a lot of channels out there where they teach you about meal prepping and weight loss meals and all that. I might go back and revisit or check some of those channels out. But yeah, I do need to try to get on the diet, because like I say, I am going to probably eventually, because I was telling you I'm trying to grow my hair back, or some form of it. I know for sure I'm going to cut the dairy part out. Like, if I just do almond and oat milk for my sake, but I still buy 2% milk, for the house, like when they eating cereal. But for me, I might just still continue to do oat milk or almond milk. I don't know. Almond milk tastes good in cereal, but when it come down to oat milk, the difference, I think oat milk is better when it come down to coffee, iced coffee. It make your coffee more creamier. That was me and one of my coworkers was talking about the other day at my first job. She was like, the oat milk just make the coffee. Oat milk make iced coffee. I don't know what is it about the texture of it. It make it more creamier, and it really good. But I have had almond milk in my coffee too. But almond milk, I like it better if I'm just drinking it with my cereal, or just, probably drinking it in my smoothies, or if I just want to drink it by itself. But I think the oat milk really make the coffee good. So, but we'll see though, because like I say, it's either or oat milk or almond milk when I'm on the budget. But I still buy almond milk as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna substitute my 2% milk out for one of those two when I'm trying to get this journey started. But yeah, you all, I'm not gonna rant too much. I just kind of want to come in and just start a day off in this video. This is probably like a little morning routine, nothing major. Just morning off day morning routine. I do go back to work in the morning. I'm glad I decided to. I'm glad I decided to do my laundry yesterday and hung it up to dry and all this, so I don't even have to worry about washing today. But yeah, I do work tomorrow, and then I think I'm out the next 3 days. That's how slow it is. I'm not tripping. I'm more rest for me. But yeah, I just want to kind of come in and just start this vlog off.